All right, good morning, good morning, good morning. Sorry I'm late. I apologize. I re I rebuilt the command center last night, and so I've got a bunch of windows out of place. I've got a bunch of tabs open. I've got a bunch of stuff over here when I need to have it over here so I can look at you guys. So I apologize if I'm looking this way all day when I should be looking this way. Yeah, I didn't think this out very well. I need to move. I got a new 29-inch ultra wide that's over here. I should have it over here above you so that when I'm looking up, I'm actually looking at you. So I think I'll be moving that today. Also was able to get a new laptop. Not a Windows person. I'm a developer, so I have a bunch of Mac products. So now I'm just trying to relearn how to use Windows. So again, I apologize for being late, but I do want to say thank you for joining me. My name is Darkpool Algo, and I am a trader, stock, options, futures, equities. I use smart money, dark pool, and block trade algorithm software. It's provided by those traders over at FlowTrade. They put a lot of time, money, effort, energy, blood, sweat, and tears into this software, and it is amazing. If you have not got a free trial yet, go check out the link in my description. Get a trial. You'll love it. It'll change your life. You don't have to use a trade. I mean, you'll learn a new trading strategy, but it really works with any trading strategy. It is by far the #1 single greatest tool in the world. And I quoted that. You can hear me here. You heard it here first. Anyway, so bang, we need to have a conversation. I love your product. I'm not feeling the love. Need to get the sponsorship. I can make great things happen. Okay. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and pull up our futures chart. Looks like we had a little bit of movement overnight. Oops, not the way I wanted to go. A little bit of movement overnight, and I need to close that out. I was doing a little work this morning. All right. Movement overnight. Most importantly, one thing came up in the news. CrowdStrike's going to be replacing Maxim integrated products in the, I believe it's the S&P, yeah, in the NASDAQ tomorrow. Excuse me, on the 26th. So that'll be definitely something we want to keep an eye out for. Typically when those type of things happen, it is very bullish. It's very bullish, and by bullish I mean it is going to be good for Maxim because Maxim. So when Exxon got replaced last year, they actually started to rip. I feel like being included into the S&P or the NASDAQ has a tendency to limit your vertical ability, or it really does. Tesla, right? Limited. Yeah, just I think Maxim should have a good time being released from the NASDAQ and being able to rip. So let me just grab my futures chart and we will get going. If you have any requests, comments, suggestions, concerns, stocks you want me to look at, make sure you leave a comment in the comment section below, and also hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications. We'll just jump right into it right after I pull up my futures chart. All right, futures. All right, there we go. Morning. Let's see. Yeah, let's see. I got to move this stuff over here. Yeah, bad thinking. Morning chat. Okay. So, Das Futures. Das Futures is looking pretty good. Massive run yesterday, so expect a little bit of a pullback overnight. Oh, I think I just got stopped. I hope I didn't get stopped out. I did. Bad S&P, bad. Ooh, that's not so bueno. Anyway, so a little bit of fade, right? Pop, new high, fade. Look for a fade down to 44.66 on the ES. YM, very similar deal, looking to come back. I feel like everything's just going to come back. I would rather it fade now and rip at the open than gap up and fade at the open. Those are usually the two scenarios you'll see with futures. And let's see. Whoa, that's a massive drop on NQ. All right, so we're coming to test some. Well, we're just wiping out all of the overnight gains. if I were to try to find a level for the NQ 15,250, I believe is the next stopping point for NQ. ES has got potential to come back down all the way down to 446. So laggy, dude. Seriously, 446675. Let's see. 1 second here. Part of the reason I got a new Windows laptop was so that I can fire up TradeStation, because this lag is definitely killing me. And I hope it's this one. Yeah, I hope it's that one. Let's see, I'll tell you in a second. Yes, that's the right one. All right, so DOS Futures again. Everything is pulling back right now. The Russell is what I'm interested in seeing, maintaining its upward trendline support. The Russell had a great day yesterday, and so I would look for things like this. Right, it's a very, very subtle higher lows, but it's still a higher low. Right, I think we just broke through that. Maybe I should activate it and move it to this one. All right. That's so close. I don't know if we just tip-tapped and are going to continue to move up. This is an H-shaped pattern. That's typically very bearish, in my opinion. Anytime I've ever seen that little H shape, it's had a tendency to continue to move to the downside. All right, so the NQ really could stop in 15,300. There's a little micro demand zone that runs from 15,300 to 15,305. The same thing with the ES. It's got a little micro one here. 4475 to 4476. Just a little dollar one. Okay. Gold. Let's see what gold's doing. Gold is being a pain in my butt. Very choppy on gold. Wow. $5 wiki wick. Not super impressed with that. Crude, what a move. Why didn't somebody tell me that crude was, that we're going to need to get back into crude? Yeah, just massive rip overnight yesterday. Continuation throughout the day. Bull flagged at the end of the day. A little bit of fade to rip overnight. So yeah, crude could be interesting. Bonds looks like they're selling off, which is good for the ES. Those two are inverse of each other in my opinion. And the yen is actually up. So if the yen's up, that leads me to believe that the Asian market, let's see what the Asian market did. I'll just read it because I don't want to have my neck cranked all the way yesterday. So in the Asian market, the Nikkei index jumped 237 points, Shanghai gained 37, Hang Seng 618, and in Europe the DAX rose 50 points, while FTSE 100 is down a few points, holding around the 71,000 level. All right, big events this week is the market, is the meeting in Jackson Hole, which they're going to be doing virtually, which is too bad for them. Jackson Hole's a great place. Love that place. Mangy Moose, good times. Good times. Let's see. So I was reading some things last night where the sentiment is that the Fed meeting in Jackson Hole isn't going to be as disastrous as it first appeared, since they're just doing virtually. The market is not as panicky as it used to be, so the sentiment is that this tapering off that's occurred isn't going to be as drastic as everybody had anticipated, and so people are starting to chill out a little bit, which is really what we need people to do. We need people to just relax. Okay? Just chill. There's nothing we can do about it. It's already been done. Really. This stuff's already happened weeks ago. Like, we are literally 2 weeks behind, at least 2 weeks behind any major moves that are going to affect us. It's just the way of the nature of the beast. Like, a good example is live television, right? Very rarely do you see truly live television because the first time somebody drops an F-bomb, right, and a 5-year-old hears it and starts saying it at school, yeah, it becomes a problem. So most things are delayed, just like the market. Key events, I believe, are a little delayed. Now, I've got a little tinfoil hat on sometimes, but that's just my personal opinion, as with is all of this. This is all just opinion. Okay. So I had a request this morning to look at FCell, and if you've got any other requests, make sure you hit me up in the chat. Let's see what we got here. No one wants to chat with me this morning. Is my mic on? Check, mic, check, mic, check, check, check. Yeah, it's there. All right. Okay. Thanks for staying with me through my little tirade about how it's all rigged. I believe CrowdStrike will react off of that news. However, I think it's going to react negatively. Let's see. Baba is ripping, and oh, Riot had earnings. Okay. FCell. There was a request on Twitter for FCell, and I'm going to go ahead and get this taken care of. So what I see with FCell is, let's see, trading with price action, trading with price action, price action, price action, trading with price action, minor deviation, not significant or long enough to really be considered a deviation. I'm going to pull my block trades back to, let's just say, the last. I wish I could input a number into there. It'd be so much easier. Yeah, it's going to be just the slide skills. It's just really rough. So if I look at the last 9 days, we do have some regular block trades that are affecting price. The Algo has failed to make a higher high, right? So it made a high there, right? Higher low, higher high, failed. Consolidation, right? It is barely making higher highs. It's going to be a tricky one. So with FCell, I mean, I like the stock. I might want to get back into commons on it. I think it's a good mover. It's definitely got potential. As far as the algo is concerned, I need to see this algorithm really give me some information. I need it to curl up for a continued move to the upside, or to curl down. I don't like the algo when it's chopping like this. So we had some trendline support there. We gapped up over that, ran into this block trade that I'm going to draw here in a minute. And since then, we've been kind of creating a little bit of a bull flag. Nope, we don't want that guy. So, will this button work? And we have a regular block trade right here. That's our resistance. We've got a base. So that level's $6.20. We have a base at $5.90, $98.99, $6, right? There's a pretty decent base. So if we can get above 620, I would look for some immediate overhead resistance at previous highs. As you can see here, we have a previous high. This is a pretty good one. Probably starts all the way back here. Yeah. So really, I think that's like a $6.50 level. That looks like it's going to be overhead resistance. If the algo shoots up and makes a drastic move to the upside, I would look for a break of 650 to go long. You know, at 650 we could chop back and forth. So FCell, looking at FCell on the old chart. Oh man, I'm running a little slow today. Morning. What's up, Terry, Lazaro, Randy? Welcome, Randy. FSR, I got you. Facebook, AMD. Yep. All right. FCell. Yeah, like I said, that little 635. I mean, we're almost trading at the mean. VWAP is at 630. 21-day EMA is at 636. So let's see what we got going on here. All right, so we're above the directional SMA, which is the 200 SMA on the 15-minute chart. We've got a slingshot squeeze getting ready to set off. We're neutral, RSI. MACD is neutral and decreasing. We've consolidated on the daily. This is a parabolic move. Look for a pullback. This may be the pullback. So VWAP, it's resting at VWAP. right at 6, right here, right at this 614. Stacked positive moving averages. The 8s came down and it's touching the 50. We did close below the 50 SMA on the 15-minute chart, so that is not super strong in my opinion. We have support at 592. Below that, I think we can continue to the downside. If we can get back above yesterday's high at 620, I think we could go long up to 650. I'm actually going to make that pre-market HOD. All right, create an alert of this line. We'll go through, touch. All right, so I got an alert created there. Okay. I hope that answered your question. Basically, look for maybe even a pullback. All right. Moving on, let's look at Facebook, AMD, and FSR. Facebook, AMD, and FSR, as well as Baba. Okay, Facebook. The Algo is essentially trading with price action. Looks like we had a block trade come in yesterday at the end of the day. That was, it may have been an order. Let's see, it's so hard to track those, but basically this order came in about right here. Price action came back down. Looks like it went through it, came back, tested it as support. I don't know where Facebook's at today, but as far as the algo is concerned, it's trading with price action. Facebook created a gap that's going to need to fill at some point in its life, right? 361 to basically a dollar gap. At some point, it's going to have to fill it. Let's get some lines on the chart, and we'll go from there. Okay, so 36397 is the block trade level. We've got a dark pool level. That is a dark pool level. Below that, we've got a dark pool at 358.45. And sandwiched in between, we've got a regular block trade at 359.33 and 362.60. Right? I would look for that 362.60 block level to provide support. If it breaks, look for some chop between the two regular block trade levels. Look at this. It's like a peanut butter jelly sandwich. Kind of amazing. Strong up, pretty decent trendline support. We gapped up out of that wedge. I can't see what's going on with this candlestick over here, but let's see. Let's check out Facebook on the actual chart. Wow, look at that move. Just straight out the gate, dude. Rip Central. Excuse me. So, at some point overnight, stuff got bad. Our 8 crossed below the 21, below the 34. The 8's actually below VWAP. Price action's below VWAP. We're now below the 50 SMA. So, looks like we had a squeeze down here that still hasn't fired yet. So, negative histogram, negative MACD, negative RSI on the 15-minute chart. So, we popped up above VWAP, or excuse me, daily VWAP. We may need to pull back to the mean at 360, right, for continuation up. So there'd be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 move. Yeah, that's what happens when it just runs all day and it doesn't give a chance for a pullback. If you look at this over the last 2 days, I mean, if this was a penny stock, what would you do? Nothing. You would be like, that's way, no. Yeah. So it's no different, in my opinion. We have a high, we have a low, right? We're at the 618 retracement. Stocks typically like to come back down and test the 50%, or at least the 50, possibly the 618. So I'm looking for Facebook to come back down and test 361.31. I'm actually going to go ahead and create an alert there that I want it to touch or bounce. Right, Facebook. I'm going to give this a couple days. Trigger twice. Alright, so I've got an alert at the 382 for Facebook. If it comes down and touches it, then I'd look to go long. That would be, that would make sense. I don't necessarily think it needs to make a full retracement for this run that it's on, but it does make sense to come back down and test something, get some support, right? We do have the 200 SMA at 358. I don't know if it's necessary to come back on this larger move. So if I take a fib from there to here, right, that 50% retracement from this longer term run, these last 2 days, the 50% is at 359. So I'm going to keep an eye on Facebook. Definitely. The algo is not really giving me a clear, oh, it's running this way. All right, moving on. AMD. AMD's been kind of a sleeper in that I just slept on it. I shouldn't have. AMD's got a lot of white lines, so it likes to party. A white line is when there's a regular block trade and a dark pool block trade so close that I can't draw 2 lines, I have to draw 1. So I chose white, and I think there's lots of funny jokes around it. So 107.38 is that combination level. Below that, 105.18 is the next one. We have an overhead regular block trade at 110.18. It likes the 8s, man. Check this thing out. It moves like Jagger. No, it moves very consistently, right? 18, 38, 78, 32, all divisible by 8, which is pretty interesting. I don't know, tinfoil hat time. We've got 106.78 as support. The algo is trading with price action. Looks as though it's trying to make. So we had this trend line, right? We gapped up, so now we've got this one here. We took out some previous lows. We've got some targets over here. It's previous highs as a target, right? With that block trade at 110.18, let's check out what AMD is doing this morning. Zoom account. Okay. All right, AMD. Wow, all these stocks are. AMD is a little different. See how it pulled back to the mean, right? Massive run, pull back to the mean. Now it's right in the 21 EMA. We have highest volume at 110. We've got POC coming in at 107.50. So POC's right in here. Let me just draw this out. I wish I could make that available on all charts. Yeah, bummer. Make that red. Label it. POC. Alright, so there's our point of control. Fibonacci is going to tell me that if I go from this high to this low, right, that's really close to being very symmetrical. A pullback on AMD to the 618 would represent a move back to point of control. AMD is a little bit more of a histogram slingshot squeeze setting up. See how this squeeze just kind of faded off, right? No squeezes in place. So if this rejects, like if it doesn't cross over and just maintains, maybe a little consolidation, it could go long again. MACD is negative, but increasing. We've got a little bit of a split on our signal lines. RSI is just very neutral-ish. It's kind of just right in the middle. This MACD is diverged. It's bullish divergence, where the MACD is going down, price is increasing. I like that, this divergence. So AMD pulled back to VWAP, the highest volume VWAP at 108.85. Found support there because that coincided with the rising 50 SMA on the 15-minute chart. The Ages barely crossed below the 21, but I believe that 50 is going to provide a lot more support. Looking at this, looking at this little doji that we have here on the 15-minute, that's an indication of indecision. It's also usually a good reversal indicator. However, with this signal line and MACD being spread out so wide, it may consolidate there for a little bit. But I do like AMD for a move back up to the upside, taking out 109 and going to 111.81. So 111.81 would represent a move that looks like this, and that's a 127 extension. That needs to go on all time frames. All time frames. Yes, thank you. Nope. Dang it, that's not what I wanted. Oh, it doesn't have Control Z. That sucks. Alright, let's try this again. So, I hate having to draw things twice. Yeah, I foobarred that one. Yeah, it's pretty close. So what I wanted was, I wanted this horizontal line properties. Oh, it's not going to do it. Lame. So 127 extension on AMD is at 111.81. Look for support here at 108. It's tough. It's at support now. So don't get head faked. So don't look at this run to 109 and then sell off, because it's pretty heavy over here, right? It's not the super lightest, but there's a move to 109. I'm going to set an alert to catch the break, right? Gonna look to catch an alert. So I've got an alert there for AMD. All right, the next one I wanted to look at. Lazar. Lazar. You caught that? No, I said because the regular block trades and the dark pool block trades are so close, they like to party. All right, sorry about that. A little humor, a little humor, a little humor. All right, FSR was the next request. All right, so FSR, we're riding a dark pool level right now. The algo is trading with price action. It's consolidating for the last couple of days. I like how the algo is a little bit curled up. And over the last, I mean, it's actually got dark pool levels, so that's interesting for, usually there's not a whole lot of dark pool activity on these small caps. But, so we're riding the 1385 dark pool level. I like FSR. I've played this before. All right, so riding the dark pool level, we have algo consolidation. Algo formed a cup and handle. Do you see this? Yes, the algo can form cup and handles. So look for a break of this for continuation to the upside. I do like this cup and handle, right? Got a cup and handle there too. So as long as, let's see what we got here. All right, it's pretty obvious that there's, so that's previous high. As long as we don't break down below this trend line, I think there may be an opportunity to move to the upside. There is a little gap, and I don't want to say that this gap has to be filled, but that's ugly. I don't like that. FSR could be a little cleaner. Oh, all right, not bad, not bad. All right, so another candidate to revert to the 21 EMA at 1550. We are below the 200, below the 50. I'd like this 50 to cross back or bounce off of this 200 at VWAP. So there's a lot of activity at 1630, 1635. Price action wants to get back up there and be part of the action. So cup and handle forming, broke above the directional SMA line, which is the 200 SMA. We're above VWAP, positive stack. All right, this isn't too bad. All right, so let's look at this like this. Potential reversal, Bollinger Band, Keltner Channel Squeeze on the daily. We're at -2 ATR. We want to revert to the mean, which is a 21 EMA. We have point of control at 1425. A break above 1425, then obviously a move back to the 21 is a lot easier. So that 1425 level will be kind of significant, as you can see here. Come on, just go where I draw you. We'll just call it that level. So for me, really a break at this, and I would look to go long. We do have stack positive moving averages. We've got VWAP below us as support. We may come back test 1380 and then move up. I'd be really interested on a break above this though. So I'm gonna create an alert if we break through it and touch it to come, to let me know that FSR moving, right? So I've got my alert set for that. It's like, this is a textbook cup and handle, so look for the breakthrough. Support at 1362. All right, so 605. Let's see, what do we got here? Let me just look at some things. Refresh some of my screens that I got going on here. Seeing if there's anything popping up on on the Twitter. On the Twitter, I'm just checking. Yeah, I gotta move that screen, don't I? That sucks. Shit. All right, so I'm not really seeing anything. TMBR, GTSV, all seem to be having a little bit of movement. Beyond, massive block trades on Beyond. We'll check out Beyond. SMH, Baidu. Oh, Baba. I wanted to look at Baba. Baba go Baba ba. Look at that. Can you believe that? Look at that. Look at that. Oh my god. Can we say manipulation? Holy crap. Alright, so let me explain what's going on here. So Baba had a little, it found support, made its move back up to the upside, right? Hit point of control, which is interesting. The highest volume point of control is at 160, right? That can't be right. Let me just draw this line out here. What the? That's so inconsistent. I can't figure this out. So if you look at this, that's a stop killer. I hate to see that. All right, so Baba went up, massive gap up, right? $6 gap up to, I don't know where my, let me just extend this out. Come on, Transpider, don't be laggy AF too, like everything else in this world. All right, so it ramped up, ran into 170, right? Consolidated. This John Wick was just took out all the gains, bounced right off of the 200 SMA. Right, and maybe continuing up. Look, that's just an ugly candle. That's horrible that happens. Horrible, I tell you. Horrible. Stack positive moving averages. 8's on top of the 21, on top of the 34, on top of the 50, on top of the 200. That's bullish. It's very bullish. This stock is going to be heavily manipulated today. Because when you have a $10 move overnight, stocks don't like, it's just a lot of money. Currently blew through the supply zone. Look for it to use that as support. It's currently resting at the 21 EMA on the 15. I'm liking Baba for continuation today. 172.50 is the target. Longer term target's 187.09, which is a pullback to the 21. Now, if I were to draw this angle of descent, I really think that based, if we factor time into it, 180 is more of a realistic, or even, 180 is more of a realistic goal for BABA. So let's see what's, yeah, look at this bounce. So as far as BABA's concerned, it's using dark pool levels as support. This is the beginning of a 1, 2, 3 reversal. And let me show you what's going on here. I'm going to get into BABA. Just believe that. I'm going to try to get some commons while I'm at it. It's at a discount right now, right? I'm telling you, they're not going to just kill a multi-billion-dollar company. It's like the U.S. trying to kill Amazon. Not going to happen. I refuse to believe it would happen. Yes, they can manipulate it, but they can't just kill it. All right, lots of dark pool levels, lots of Axelrod manipulation. So we did break above the 160.24 dark pool level. We've got rising trendline support. The algo is trading with price action. The algo is reversed, so look for a continuation move to the upside. Just be careful for IV. Don't get sucked into IV crush. Yeah. So I do like BABA. BABA. Does it pull back? Does it rip? 170. Yeah, 170 is the point on that. I've already got a position in it, so I don't need to draw an alert on there. But I would set an alert at 170 for a breakthrough of 170, and then it may rip, or it may pull back at the, it could pull back at the bell to, to 164, right? But it respected that 200 SMA, just bink, loved it. Okay. All right, I think that's gonna be it for me. Let me check Facebook or not Facebook. Roblox. Morning, Chevy. You owe me $2. I owe you $2. It's hilarious. Welcome to the stream. I will quickly run through these, but I have got to run. It's 6:10, man. Should have been here 20 minutes ago. I would have gone deep in Billy. Roblox. Lazaro, they're coming out with a new season of Billions starting September 5th or November 5th, just so you know. All right, Billy is doing what I thought it was going to do. This is like very consistent gap and gap pattern. So watch for the gap up overnight. No new block trades to come in and manipulate with us. The algo is on. All right, there we go. All right, the algo is maintaining its upward direction. We have. Right, we've got newish trendline support. A little wedge happening here. All right. Gap to fill over here. So I continue to like it. I'm going to keep an eye on this algo here. It's a little more pointed down than I'd like it to be. So it's going to have to maintain its little trend line that it created for itself here, right? So maybe look for that bounce off of there. Break below that, then I think Billy may actually come down a little bit, right? So it's just at a decision-making point. Let's make this a little bit cleaner. All right, the next one I wanted to look at real quick was Roblox. Roblox is just gonna rip, dude, and I couldn't get in. I was buying that 85.90 vertical for 2 months out from now. I could not get into it, and it just I missed it. Frustration. Roblox looks good. The algo's trading with price action. I would look for a continuation move on Roblox to test some of these previous high levels, right? Trendline support, yeah, you know, we've got a regular block trade level at, all right, I gotta go, I'm gonna be late. All right, so whenever I tell, all right, so a couple things here real quick. I should have looked at this earlier so I could go a little deeper on this. We have a regular block trade level at 82.79. So whenever I talk about the algo consolidating, look at this. See how it consolidated there and ripped? See how it's consolidated there and ripped? See how it consolidated here and ripped? So the algo does consolidate, right? And so when I talk about, you know, on FSR, the algo is consolidating. Whenever I talk about that, it's a real thing. So the algo is trading with price action. Look for continuation move to the upside. As far as some targets and level go on Roblox, I'm gonna be late. So we sold off, found support at the 34 EMA and VWAP. Stack positive moving averages, neutral RSI. Look for that slingshot Bollinger Band squeeze to release. Currently trading at 1 ATR. We are above the 50 SMA, above the 21. 34 is support. If we had to pull back, which I doubt we will, it doesn't look like there's no symmetry here. Pulling back on Roblox would look like hitting this demand zone here that just, right? That's a newly created demand zone. A break below 84.50, and then you know we stop at 82.82. Roblox poised to make a longer term move. I like it. So gotta run. Thanks for joining me. I am here every morning, Monday through Friday, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. And yeah, that's it, man. Hit me up on Twitter. Hit me up. Let me rephrase that. If you have any suggestions, comments, plays, if you have any plays, source that information, man. Leave a comment in the comments section below. Let me know what you're looking at. I try to respond to all my comments. I really appreciate everybody showing up here. And all I ask in return is you hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, share it with your friends, family, neighbors, dog. Your dog, you know, give your dog an account. Let him start following. We love animals. But yeah, thanks for joining me. Have a great day. I'm going to keep an eye on FSR, Roblox, Billy, and Baba today. Have a good one. Stay safe, stay green, and we'll see you tomorrow. I'm going to figure out where my, now I got to figure out where my Streamlabs is because I've got my whole system all jacked up here. I'm moving everything this way.